M is for Mason.
G is for Graham.
B for Bagshaw.
This is the Mgb Wrestling Podcast, the podcast with PG-rated material accessible to wrestling fans of all ages.
My name is Graham Bagshaw, and my co-host and creator of this podcast is proof that wrestling fans live with their parents. My 10-year-old son, Mason.
Alright, Mason, so a bit of a strange one. As we're recording this on the Wednesday, it was actually our 6-month anniversary yesterday. It was the 14th yesterday, and I think this is our strange episode for us. The whole point of this was because we were together. We're actually not together this time. I'm out in Virginia as normal, but you should be in Ohio, right?
Yep.
So, what you been doing out there? How's life in Ohio?
It's pretty good. I've been getting some money at Grandma's house, and I had a...
When you say getting money, does that mean you've been stealing from a purse, or have you been doing chores?
No, I've been working.
Oh, okay.
And I had a play day with my friend Rowan yesterday and today.
Okay, alright. Alright, this one's going to be a fairly short one, I think. Originally, it looked like I was going to be super busy on Thursday, so we were going to have to get everything done and edited on Wednesday, but anyway, we'll keep it that way anyway. Let's go straight into match 1, View from the Top Brass and Brock Lesnar's Twitter update. I know you weren't available to check on View from the Top Brass. I couldn't find anything, and I actually have to find out how to do alerts now. There's nothing from Brock Lesnar at all, so that's super quick. So let's go straight to match 2 then, Mason. What are your top 3 moments from Monday Night Raw?
My third moment is Baron. He's trying to make a handicap match with Finn Balor. It is Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal versus Finn Balor.
Yep.
But then Kurt comes out and overrules it and brings Braun to help Finn.
Alright, now I gotta ask you, were you surprised that it was Braun Strowman that came out?
Not really.
No, it was kind of obvious because that's the whole setup with, obviously it's SummerSlam coming up on the weekend, and KO has a battle with him, and so has Jinder recently, so I wasn't particularly surprised by that, but it definitely made the match far more interesting, that's for
My number 2 moment was Dean Ambrose, so he's back.
He is.
I didn't even recognize him. I thought he came out, and then he looked so much different, and then I said, is this guy from UFC or something? And then I said, oh, it's Dean Ambrose.
Alright,
back.
can you tell us how you think he looked different then?
I don't know, his haircut looked different. I don't know what made him look different. I just can't
Somebody
really,
actually posted a picture of Tommaso Ciampa, and they posted a picture of the new Dean as he came out, and they actually look very similar now. It was kind of interesting, but yeah, he had changed. I'm kind of surprised you didn't recognize his theme music though, because they played his theme music as he walked out.
Yeah, I knew. I heard Seth, and then I saw Dean, and then the problem was the sound. Oh, the sound, it was like delayed like a whole 30 seconds.
Of course, you had the cut out version. Yeah, you had to watch some of the highlights this week because you weren't at home, so yeah, you did miss little chunks of things like that.
The last match or whatever, the Seth, when he came out, I told you that it was delayed like 30 seconds, and then it kept stopping. So
okay.
I didn't even hear his music.
Alright, well that would explain it. That would explain a lot then why you didn't miss that. And I was really excited. Dean's actually been out since December last year. So he's not actually, this is his first match since we've had this podcast going. And I really like Dean, and I forgot about it when people have been asking me recently, like, who's your favourite wrestler? And I'm like, well, I like the Hardys and I like Elias, but I really do like Dean Ambrose, so I'm really glad that he's back. Alright, what was your number 1 moment?
My number 1 moment is Bo Dallas. He jumps off the top rope and dives into Bray, and Bray did a Sister Abigail.
That was there was a point where he actually nearly did 2 Sister Abigails at the same time, but unfortunately somebody broke that one up. But yeah, the B team won again, and they're still champions heading into SummerSlam. Alright, now
I saw they ran into Roman again.
Yep. Now, this one might be kind of difficult because you didn't get to see everything, so you might not have even seen some of these matches, Mason, but we'll see if you can figure it out from the clues that I'm going to give you then. So I'm going to give you some quotes, and we'll see if you can figure out what the story is or who said them, okay? Alright, number 5 quote. If a man can't see, he can't fight. Who were they talking about? This was actually from the commentary.
Ooh, that's hard.
Alright, I'll give you a bit more then. If a man can't see, he can't fight. Brock is taking full advantage.
Oh, Paul Heyman?
Okay, so what happened? Tell us a story.
Paul Heyman, he's coming out. I don't know what happened, but it looked like he was trying to get Roman to be on his team, because that's what it looked like from the highlights.
He was.
So he can't see that Brock's coming if he can't fight.
Alright, you might have.
He sprayed the water on his eye.
It wasn't water. It was like a pepper spray or something, so it blinded him, so he couldn't actually see. But yeah, so it looked like he wanted to help Roman, but then he actually went against it. Alright, number 4. This was in North Carolina, so the quote is, Tar Heels are a strong people. Tar Heels are a resilient people. I mean, it must take an unmatched strength and resilience to wake up here every morning knowing that you are living in this pile of garbage called Greensboro. Alright, which quote is that? Who said that?
Elias?
Of course it's Elias, obviously. Yeah, he was there doing his normal trash, and he actually had another singer who was doing stuff as well, who actually hit Bobby Lashley with a guitar as well. Alright, third quote. Who kicked Roman Reigns out of the building to protect his Universal Title Championship match at SummerSlam? But who let you sit out here at ringside during a match with Ember, this is Ember Moon, because you know you attack people. Alright, who said that and what was she talking about? And I just gave you an extra clue in there as well.
I really don't know.
Alright, that was, I said she, because it was Alexa Bliss. She was complaining that Ronda Rousey got to be ringside for her match, and she wasn't protected as champion, but Brock Lesnar was protected because Roman Reigns got sent home last week. Alright, next quote. To be fair, considering the beatings we've inflicted on Seth, his travel issues could be he cannot get away from us fast enough. Alright, which 2 people was that part of?
Matt and Bray Wyatt?
No, and you even talked about the word travel issues earlier as well.
Oh, wait. Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, correct. Okay. And obviously you know this one then. Seeing as you're going to have a Scottish psychopath in your corner at SummerSlam, I ought to have a lunatic in mine.
Seth.
That was definitely Seth because he brought Dean Ambrose back. Alright, number 1 quote. Our fathers are our pillars of strength in a hostile world. They are our reassurance that everything is going to be okay. But when that reassurance is ripped away, we have to face the fact that our fathers have been raising us to be the pillars of strength our family need when they're gone. Alright, Ronda Rousey speaking about the death of who this week?
Oh, Jim the Nigel. Bret Hart's partner, Jim.
There you go, you got it. Yeah, no, that was good. Very good. Yeah, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And do you know who his daughter is?
Natalia.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And that's why they got Ronda out there. Ronda's good friends with Natalia, so that's why they did that. All right, let me give you the top 10 moments. Number 10 moment was Ricky Roberts breaking a guitar over Bobby Lashley. 9, glorious DDT to end Mojo Rawley. Number 8, a deep 6 by Baron Corbin on Tyler Breeze. Number 7 was Strowman and Balor winning. Number 6, Ruby Riott rolled up Sasha Banks, sorry. Number 5, Ronda dismantled Alexa's security detail. I thought that might have been one of your moments, actually. I don't know if that was on your highlights.
No, actually, my honorable mention was Renee Young on commentary.
Oh, okay. All right, and that's a good one as well. Number 4, Axel capitalizes on work from the Revival to pin Bray Wyatt. Number 3, Alicia Fox interferes, but Ronda makes her pay with 3 arm drags. Number 2 was Heyman spraying, not water, but pepper spray into Roman Reigns' eyes. And number 1 moment was Dean Ambrose returning, and I did write it down. It was the 18th of December, 2017. So a long time we've been with. Alright, these are the wrestling birthdays for this week. On Friday, August 17th, we have Paige. Saturday the 18th, Tom Pritchard. Sunday the 19th, Velveteen Dream. Monday the 20th, Byron Saxton. Tuesday the 21st, Trent Seven. Wednesday 22nd, pick whichever Uso you like, because obviously they have the same birthday. And I couldn't find one for Thursday, so I picked another one from Wednesday, which is Paul Ellering. Now, we're going to do it a little bit differently this week. Mason, you've already told me who your top 3 is. I'm going to put it out as a little Twitter challenge. We're going to see if people can predict what they think your top 3 was, okay? And as soon as somebody gets what the top 3 is, then I'll acknowledge them. And I guess I was thinking of a name for this one. It's like, can you think like a 10-year-old? I think that's what it's going to be. And if nobody gets it, then we'll announce what your top 3 was next week. Okay?
Awesome! This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Alright, match 4. Are you smarter than a 4-year-old? Alright, Jackson's already given me his picks, so I'm going to say every time that we have a pay-per-view now, that's going to be what the competition's going to be. Jackson's picks versus your picks, okay? Alright, these are the order that the Matt Attack has gone with, so we're just going to go with the same order, okay? Alright, first match. Who have you got between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns.
Okay. I can remember Jackson picked Brock Lesnar, actually, on that one. Match 2. Alexa Bliss or Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey.
Guess who Jackson picked?
Alexa Bliss.
And he had a big smile on his face when he said it. Alright, so we've got a couple of differences already. Match 3. AJ Styles or Samoa Joe?
AJ Styles.
I think he picked AJ. Number 4. The Bludgeon Brothers or the New Day?
The Bludgeon Brothers.
Okay. Match 5. Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens?
Braun Strowman.
Dolph Ziggler or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
Carmella, Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair?
Charlotte Flair.
Okay. Cedric Alexander or Drew Gulak?
Drew Gulak.
That's kind of a tough one because we don't really watch 205. Alright, next one. Shinsuke Nakamura or Jeff Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
Finn Balor or Baron Corbin?
Finn Balor.
Daniel Bryan or The Miz?
Daniel Bryan.
Rusev and Lana or Cien Almas and Zelina Vega?
Oh, is that supposed to determine a match today?
No, it's a mixed tag team
on
match. They knew it beforehand because they came out and started talking trash to him.
Rusev and Lana.
Okay. The B team or the Revival?
The B team.
Alright. And I don't remember exactly in the end, but we'll play Jackson's clips next, and then we'll see how closely they match up, and we'll announce the result next week. Because you're 3-1 down, so this is really important for you as well.
Alright, Jackson. These are your SummerSlam predictions, okay? Alright, just tell me who you think's going to win, okay? First match, Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns?
Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Alexa Bliss or Ronda Rousey?
Alexa Bliss.
You love Alexa Bliss. You got a big smile. All right, AJ Styles or Samoa Joe?
AJ Styles.
The Bludgeon Brothers or the New Day?
The New Day.
New Day.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens?
Braun Strowman.
Okay. Dolph Ziggler or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
Okay. The choice of 3 this time. Carmella, Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. Okay. Cedric.
I saw her already.
We did see her, yes. Cedric Alexander or Drew Gulak?
Drew Gulak.
Drew Gulak. Shinsuke Nakamura or Jeff Hardy?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
We were supposed to see him as well. All right. Finn Balor or Baron Corbin?
Finn Balor.
Okay. Daniel Bryan or The Miz?
The Miz.
Okay. Rusev or Almas?
Rusev Day.
Rusev Day. The B team or the Revival?
The B team.
All right.
Alright, match 5, tweet of the week. I don't think there was much choice for this one. The death of Jim Neidhart, I think, pretty much made this one. So this was by @NattyByNature, which is obviously Natalia, and she said, I really want to thank everyone for all of the love that they've shown to my dad and my family in the last day. It means so much to us in this tough time. My dad would be so blown away that you all thought so much of him. I can't find the words right now to express what my dad truly meant to me, but in time I will be able to. I didn't realize saying goodbye would be this hard. In lieu of flowers, contributions can be made in his name to a cause that's close to my heart and my dad's. Women'sAlzheimer'sMovement.org. I promise to keep your memory alive and continue to pay it forward. Now, there was actually a few other quotes from quite a few famous people. At Bret Hart, stunned and saddened. I just don't have the words right now. And also from Ric Flair on Twitter, my good friend Jim Neihart, a world-class athlete and a man among men. Rest in peace. Do you actually remember him at all, Mason, or have you seen any of his matches?
All I know is that he was the partner of Bret Hart, and I sort of remember him in the British Bulldogs.
Yeah, because they're part of that family as well. So yeah, that's part of the Hart Foundation as well. I knew the Hart Foundation, but I didn't really remember any of his matches at all. I only know him from the Divas show because you see Natty, so you obviously get to see him as well when they're doing everyday things.
This is Matt Willis from the Matt Attack podcast on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. You are listening currently to the Mgb Wrestling Podcast. Once you go to finish listening to Mason, Graham, and probably Jackson at some point, why don't you pop across to the Matt Attack podcast and catch up a few of our episodes. We've got World of Sport reviews, we've got predictions for pay-per-views, and then you can always pop across to the Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling podcast, which Graham here hosts with me. Pop along, but these guys are awesome. Keep listening. Mason's a star, Jackson's a superstar, and Graham had to put up with them. Take care, guys. I'm out of here.
Let's move on to match 6. All right. Do you have? First of all, I always have to ask you with Smackdown. Do you have 3 moments?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Tell us your third moment then.
My third moment is Killian Dane gives Kofi a dropkick on his birthday.
Oh, it was Killian Dane's birthday?
No, it was Kofi's birthday.
Oh, Kofi's birthday. Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that.
He came out with a sign that said "Birthday Boy."
Oh, and I missed part of that, and I didn't get to see everything as well, particularly for Smackdown. I had to cut down on a lot of stuff, because I had to go back to work today, so I didn't get to see as much as I would like to, so I tried to catch up as quick as I could. You actually picked a New Day moment for one of your top 3?
Because they got destroyed, yeah.
Oh, okay, because they got, okay, I guess that's fair enough. Alright, I got you. Alright, second moment?
Nakamura attacks Jeff Hardy after his match, but didn't succeed. Randy, you could see Randy was watching in the back. They showed the camera at him.
Yeah, he was just peeking around the corner. And I was surprised. Once Nakamura came out, I was like, here we go, Kinshasa, Jeff's going to get beat up again. And it didn't happen. And I actually like that twist, that he actually finally got some comeback. Because it seems like everyone's been beaten down on Jeff, particularly Randy and Shinsuke the last couple of weeks. All right, what was your number 1 moment then?
Wendy, AJ's wife, wrote a letter about AJ and saying that he doesn't care about his family. He probably doesn't even want a wife. Because Samoa Joe, he read it, so who knows? It might have been from Samoa Joe. So we don't actually know if it's Wendy or not.
We don't, but I'm going to call it right now. It's not. I had that as one of my bad moments, actually. I thought that was awful on the Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling Podcast. I don't think there's any way. I don't think that fits in Samoa Joe's character very well either. I'd rather see Samoa Joe he does really good promos. I thought that was one of his worst promos since he's been back from injury.
I thought he should make some video of somebody impersonating Wendy saying the note or whatever, something
that
like that.
Would have been better, yeah. Yeah, if he'd had a conversation or something. Afterwards, if you look on the WWE website, there was actually almost a fight between them. It was Gallows and Anderson, and Matt said it was the Usos, and I didn't recognize that. 4 people basically keeping AJ away from Samoa Joe because he wanted to rip his head off. That would have been much better to put for the end of that show rather than actually having what they actually did. But anyway, never mind. Now, I don't have many quotes for this. I couldn't really do the quotes from Samoa Joe because it was obvious because he kept saying AJ in it. So I just have 2 for you to try and figure out, okay? All right, the first one. Maybe it's because you're a diva in a women's revolution. Who was talking to who?
Ronda was talking to Alexa?
Not on Smackdown, no.
Oh, no. She's not on Smackdown.
No, she is not.
I don't even remember the women's match.
Oh, okay. All right. Have I got to tell you then?
No, Sasha and Bailey's on
They're on Raw, yeah.
I don't remember.
And this was, I think, the great quote, and Matt picked up on this as one of his moments as well. This is Charlotte Flair talking to Carmella. So basically just disrespecting her, even though she's... And I think the quote fits pretty well, actually, for that one. All right, let's have a look at this last one that I got. Looking at you two, looking like you've just won the Powerball. Well, your luck runs out on Sunday. Who talking to who?
I remember someone saying that, but I just have blank faces.
And there's a bit of a clue in the fact that it's two people who we're obviously looking at.
Yeah.
And it's two people who are speaking, so it's obviously a tag team. And obviously it's leading up to SummerSlam as well.
I remember the Bludgeon Brothers had a fight.
Alright, and you said you weren't even sure that this was a match at the time, so this might be why you weren't sure then.
Oh, it was, Rusev said that to... No, Cena almost said that to Rusev.
Other way around. It was Rusev. It was Rusev who said it to Sienna Almas, and I always forget her name. Zelina...
Zelina Vegas.
There we go, thank you. Alright, let's have a look at the top 10 moments. 10 moments was Kofi takes out 2 of Sanity in one move. 9, Charlotte puts Carmella in her place. I'm assuming that's that quote right there. Number 8, Sienna Almas takes care of Aiden English. 7, the Bludgeons win 2-on-3 in a handicap match. 6, Big E and New Day get the win. 5, the end of Rusev Day promo. 4, Twist of Fate puts away Shelton Benjamin. Number 3, Becky gets a disarmer on Mandy Rose. Number 2 was Joe reading the letter from Wendy Styles, so they thought that was an important one. And the number 1 moment they had was the Twist of Fate and the Swanton Bomb on Shinsuke Nakamura, which is, you mentioned that one as well. So you did pretty good on your predictions this week, actually.
I thought it would have been Jim Neidhart's death.
They never tend to pick those ones, but I thought that were... Well, that was also on Raw as well. Rather than Smackdown again. You really got those two mixed up together this week. But yeah, they never tend to pick those. I always think that they're significant, and I often pick them as my moment. But I thought I thought Ronda Rousey's speech was really good, actually. And I was surprised that didn't get a mention at all. Alright, match 7, podcast of the week. I'm going to go with one called the Pody Slam. P-O-D-Y. It took me a while to find this one. I actually listened to something called the Ethos podcast, which talks about the wild side of baseball. And they kept mentioning this Potty Slam, or I thought that's what they kept saying, and I couldn't find it for ages. Anyway, I emailed one of the guys, or I meant to send him a message on Twitter, and he told me about it. So this one actually says it's a wrestling history podcast that dives into the deep, dark, and sometimes funny world of wrestling. A couple of reviews for this one. I was introduced to this podcast a couple of days ago, and at the time I was 14 episodes behind, and in those 2 days I've caught up with all the great stories. The stories are funny in their own right, but the hosts have me laughing out loud, usually from the start to the finish. Their episodes range from 20 to 30 minutes, which is great. I love having these smaller episodes to listen to. Somebody else said, a little honesty up front, I've never actually watched wrestling, but I have listened to the library a few times through, and hear something new and funny each time. And somebody else said the same thing. I learn new stuff almost every time I listen to the show. In preparation for your question, Mason, no, it's not PG, so sorry, you can't listen to this one. Some of the stories are definitely not suitable for children, but certainly for everybody else, I would definitely recommend you check this one out. I think there's about 80 episodes right now, and I believe they're on Twitter at PODYSLAM, and it might be Pody Slam Pod, I'm not quite sure. But you can certainly find those, and I'll make sure I post a link in the episodes as well. Alright, Mason, I think that should do it for us. I think we got everything in pretty quickly. Alright, Mason hung up, and then I just realised we forgot something kind of important. With it being our 6th anniversary, our 6-month anniversary, we sent a tweet out yesterday to Mick Foley. When I met him a few months ago, he said that he would actually do a 5-minute interview with us. So we've tried to get the message to him. If you could, fans, please go to Mgb Wrestling Pod. Look at the pinned post, and if you could like and retweet that, we would certainly appreciate it. And hopefully Mick will see that soon, and hopefully we'll have a response, and then we can give you an update on that information as well.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
The music was ZigZag by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/.
As I explained in the podcast, this was supposed to be a short episode because I thought I was going to be traveling to Philadelphia tomorrow, so I wouldn't have time to edit. As we got a little bit of extra time, and as the other podcast, the Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast, ran over a little bit, here's some extra material that we couldn't quite fit into the regular episode of that. Go check them out at Good Bad Wrestle on Twitter. Well, this first clip is just a quick quiz that I saw on Twitter about an hour before I went online with Matt, so I thought I'd see how he would do. I actually got a little bonus quiz for you. I found this literally about 10 minutes before I came online. The top... I don't think you're on Instagram, are you, Matt?
I am on Instagram.
Oh, you are? Okay. I know
I
Mason.
don't use it much, though.
I asked him the top 10 wrestlers who were on Facebook. And you could probably tell me what episode, because you're a nerd with things like that. Now, I saw the Blade Job post this, so you might have already seen this post. The top four wrestlers on Instagram. Or the top 4 people within WWE, I should say. Now, I could give you the 4 if you like, and you can put them in order for me, or you can start making guesses on who you think the 4 might be.
I've got to admit, I don't follow any wrestlers on Instagram, so that would be... I'll be shooting in the dark here on this one. But I'm guessing The Miz is up there.
The Miz is not surprisingly, and I thought that would have been a good one as well, with his sort of character. I thought that would have probably appealed as well.
I'm going to have to ask you to give me the 4, and I'll try putting them in order.
Alright then, I'll give you the 4, and I'll give you them in alphabetical order.
Okay.
So, John Cena,
Mm-hmm.
Paige, Ronda Rousey, and Triple H.
Okay, from top to bottom, Ronda, John Cena, Triple H is last, Paige is third.
Almost. Ronda Rousey has 11 million followers. John Cena has 9.9 million, so you got those two right. And then third, Triple H, 5.2, and then Paige, 4.8 million. I was kind of surprised by that. I thought there would have been some more wrestlers. 2 of those people aren't even wrestling right now. I'm wondering most of Ronda's followers still from UFC days, and they just haven't removed her yet, possibly. Or they're just going to transition into wrestling, I don't know.
Let's not forget that Cena's an actor now as well.
That is true as well. Yeah.
And Ronda's also an actress from when she was in The Expendables as well. So.
Yes, she's been in things as well. All right, I thought that would be a nice little warm up for you. I saw it ahead of time. I didn't want to wait for a week to give you that one. Now, this second clip is Matt trying to put the 3 wrestlers I give him in order for the most WrestleMania appearances. Now, the other one then, just so you can see if you would have done better on this one.
Yes, please, Mr. Bagshaw.
In order, Alberto Del Rio.
Yes.
Andre the Giant.
Yes.
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero, 4 WrestleManias, I'm pretty sure. Andre the Giant, 4 WrestleManias. Maybe 5. And... I want the ring belt at this point because I want to say a word, but I can't say that because I promised I wouldn't swear on this podcast. Okay.
We might have to bleep out one of my words in a little bit, so you might be okay.
Oh, no, I'm not going to swear. Right, okay. So, Andre the Giant, Eddie Guerrero, and Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio... Oh, because he was... because it was WrestleMania 32, wasn't he? Damn it. He loves doing this to me, guys. Right, okay. Andre the Giant, Eddie Guerrero, Alberto Del Rio.
So, if you'd have said option 2, you would have actually got 9 out of 9. So, at least that gives the boys a chance now. Andre 6, Eddie 5, and Alberto Del Rio 4. So, I still think 7 out of 9 is pretty impressive, Matt, because technically, really, you only got 1 wrong, so... We'll see how the boys do later.
It's annoying. It's annoying because that should have been 9 out of 9.
I thought this was an easier one with it being WrestleMania. I thought that might be your wheelhouse for that one.
It was my wheelhouse because if I'd gone that way, it was 9 out of 9.
MGB, 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 MGB.